All right, good afternoon, everybody. We're getting ready to do a quick flight from Seattle, or correction, from Bozeman up to Seattle. It's taking the old Longitude today. We will be in the air for about 2 hours. Just felt like doing something with the Longitude rather than dropping everything in on that 737. Playing with what we have, making sure that we're good to go. So, only a couple little things. Could bring up the old SIM panel and VSR. SIM panel can come down here. There we go. And VATSIM radio. So with those two up, don't need anything else. Hopefully those are the two add-ons that we need. And fetch our flight plan. Alright. Flight plan's looking good. Shadow 69, Cessna 700, Longitude, Bozeman to Boeing Field. Alternate is Portland. So good to go. All right, cruising at 430 today, so we can go ahead and drop that in. Have nobody right now, no ATC, so and change the altitude to 100s. And then back to thousands. Good to go. Alright, so let's get this aircraft started. Flight plan. Looks like we're departing runway 12, KBZN. Procedure, departure. They have us on the T-Rex. Off to HIA. Load that one up. Procedures, arrivals. Looks like they have us on the Chins 5 from Yakima. Oh, what? Oh, I haven't put that in. Sorry. Flight plan. All the way down to destination. KBFI going into Seattle, not SeaTac, going into Boeing Field. Going to stop at the Air Museum there. Now I can put in the Chins 5 arrival and Yakima, and they're looking runway 14 right. Load that one. Let's see what kind of ILS we have. ILS runway 14 right. Arnett, let's just do, we'll do the ILS runway 14 right. And then let's bring up the charts over here. Let's see. SEA. Because it is right under SeaTac. There, it'll be vectors the whole time, but there's nobody up there, so we'll play that here in a minute. We will go SeaTac, load, and should give us a crazy little flight plan. All right, on to programming our route. We are going to go from HIA, MQG, Mike Quebec Golf. And that's our only other en route Yep, that's our only other in route, because then it's Yakima and on to the arrival. So, coming back in here, let's do our performance, weight and balance, payload, 100 pounds for the 2 folks we have out back. And take off, sink the fuel on board, plenty of fuel today, going fully loaded. And now we can go back to our takeoff data. Weather, let's bring in Bozeman weather. Use the outside temperature, 22 degrees. Pretty nice out. Takeoff configuration will be flaps 1. Got that set. Takeoff data, 108, 112, and 127 for V2. Yep, all those are in it. Actually, 109, sorry. So with that, we are all set to go. Let's get this little fella fired up. Get our radios tuned, 122.8. There we go. APU is online. .4 today. And we should be good. Departure T-Rex. We will depart on runway 12. And yep. So runway 12 will be to the southwest, so off that way. So we'll go taxi up here, turn around, depart off to the southwest. Let's bring this forward. Make a right turn to Glatton, Rancher, T-Rex, and then off on our route. Should be pretty easy flight today. Let's get her fired up. Start number 2. Should get fuel about now. Excellent. Aircraft has taken everything for us. Fire up number 1. Fuel about now. There we go. Yeah, it looks like we have 2 good starts. So all set there. And we can go VNav, LNav. And we will be set. All right, everybody ready to go? Brakes off. Any collision lights on. Sorry about that, everybody. And passenger safety. Here we go. Taxi light on. Ready to taxi. Go ahead, take a look. Beautiful little flight today. Gotta love taking off out of Bozeman. Hi, Caleb. How are you? Back in the flight deck. And doesn't look like anybody's landing. Bozeman traffic shadow 69 taxiing runway 12 Bozeman. Alright, there we go. Taxiing right along. We are set. No warning lights, nothing on the cast. We're good. Oh, I need to go here. Last time I flew was in Europe, so there you go. And set our altimeter. There we go. High pressure's dominating over the old, probably Rocky Mountain region. And remember, if you like what you're seeing, if you like joining me on these flights, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. That way you're notified when I fly. I'm going to try and work on getting a more scheduled flight routine in. But that thing called life gets in the way every once in a while. So fly when I can. I'll let you know. And that's why it's important that you hit that notification button. That way when I do hop in and you're available, you can go ahead and watch. Alright, coming up to the end of the runway here. Hopefully you guys are hearing everything I'm saying. Let me stop right here and double check, make sure it's picking everything up. Alright. Looks like we are catching everything. Alright, continue our taxi to the runway and depart. Runway 12. Bozeman traffic, Shadow 69 lining up, runway 12, Bozeman. Thanksgiving, this whole field is full of vehicles parked. This airport gets so busy with all the kids going back to from school for the holidays. So good luck, Bozeman, this winter. Alright, we are lining up. Here we go. Runway heading. Alright, so we will add a little bit of power here. And takeoff, go around. Interesting. One of my throttles is stuck against the wall. V1 rotate. We are good to go. Airborne, positive rate of climb. Gear coming up. Sorry about that, folks. A little bumpy. Flaps coming up. 200 knots. And there we go. Autopilot has been engaged. Let's see how she does on the old departure. And straight ahead to the city of Bozeman. Get ready to make our right turn here. Nav mode. Autopilot's on. And not quite sure what's going on here. Little fella should have made that right-hand turn. VNAV set. We'll go direct to Rancher. Climbing like a little rocket ship. And we're above 10,000 feet, so we can go ahead and turn all these off. Over 18,000 feet. There we go. A standard barrow, a standard barrow. Still climbing like a beast. APU coming off. Great little hot springs right up that river right there. If you're ever in Bozeman, head up there. It's great on a really cold night. And give me just a moment. All right, we're on our way to Seattle, folks. Climbing up flight level 430. Everything appears all right for now. Gonna go and go direct or T-Rex now. Get us on course a little faster. Go on and take a look. Bozeman, there's the airport. Yellowstone's down there. Bridger Mountains, they look pretty good. Back in the flight deck. Doing about 263 knots. So reason you see the airspeed winding down like that is because as we get higher in the altitude, less air for it to indicate that we're moving. That's why you end up switching to Mach numbers. So that's why it says Mach 0.76. We're currently doing Mach 0.475. Climbing at 2,900 feet per minute, so yeah, we'll be at 430 before you know it. Still showing takeoff. There we go. Bugged up the old takeoff go around button. See the little arc there, and you look up here, our bank angle has been reduced, so we don't try and change directions too quickly because of the thin air up here. Huh. Gear up. And including lights on, we're good. Still chugging along, doing 234 knots on the ground, so I'm not too worried about the airspeed. Great day for flying. Got my first officer, Alice, sitting in here with me, catching a quick nap. Turtle's in the office, managing all the logistics. Making sure when we get to Boeing Field, we can head over to the museum. I'm actually going to hold the altitude here and try and get some speed going. There we go. Get some speed built into her, and then we'll flight level change up to 430. Normally what you do down low, but takeoff power or toga button I don't have mapped correctly, so I forgot to disengage toga, so it was just trying to climb me as fast as I could. Forgot to turn that off, so once we get to about Mach 0.7, I'll go ahead and hit flight level change, and we'll go ahead and climb up at finish our climb to flight level 430. Got a little room left to go in the motors. So we'll go ahead and do flight level change now. No. Not back course. Flight level change. Interesting. Haven't been in this aircraft for a little bit. Wonder what changed. But we're climbing a little better now, so. Alright, and then if we go back to our charts, we want the ILS. Oh. What? Alright, so 1,600 feet where we intercept the glide slope, so we can bring it down to 1,600 feet. We'll get that set up here in just a second. Also, our minimum 308 feet, so I can go procedure, arrival, or approach 308. Once we can see how we fly directly over the Seattle VORTAC, I will go ahead and activate the approach. We can look at the flight plan there. There's the arrival. There's the approach. So I will go ISO G. Instead of going, instead of overflying the airfield and doing a bunch of procedure turns. Well, we'll look at it. It might be fun. Had a fun one flying from Tibet into Kathmandu. That's a very fun approach, especially in a 737. It was low vis as well. So, we'll see what this approach does for us. And final approach fix, Toge, 1,600 feet at or above. And then I will expect we would be at about 127, but we can change that here in a little bit when we run our landing data. And we can check the VSR map, see if there's anybody up on our route. Nope, not seeing any air traffic control. BTM. One 124.0. We just cross BTM right there. Go out and see if we can see them. I don't see them. They should be climbing out and joining up right below and under us, or below and behind us. Northwest Airlines 737. They're just on the ground back there. Alright folks, sorry about that. Had to spend some time outside the headset looking at the stream, making sure it's going okay. And we are cruising right along. Flight level 430 inbound to Boeing Field, just north and east of SeaTac. And yeah, gonna go to the Air Museum there. It's pretty nice, been there once. All right. So I am flying with the all-new Pimax Crystal. A couple little things. If you do have a narrow face, you do need a better face seal gasket. I'll see about using the 15 mil one from Pimax. Overall, it's a fairly comfortable headset. They just released a firmware update that enabled eye tracking, so that's why you see me looking around quite a bit. You don't necessarily need it. I'm not using dynamic foveated rendering yet, but it's just looking around the flight deck. It's already fairly clear, and I can glance down and see the information I need. But overall, I'd give the headset maybe a 8.5 out of 10. Can be a little intimidating. The client software doesn't integrate well with Windows Defender, so you have to disable real-time scanning. But when you are in a flight, it doesn't do what it was doing to me, where the CPU temperatures would shoot up to throttle temperatures and then drop back down, shoot up to throttle temperatures, back down, probably about every 5 to 10 seconds or so. Once I disabled the real-time Windows Defender scans, it would go ahead and it just maintained the normal CPU temperatures for me, which are around anywhere from 46 to 52. But beyond that, yeah, now with the new improvements or the new firmware just getting better, that's about the best way to put it. Starting out 8.5 isn't horrible. I would give my HP Reverb G2 maybe a 6. Just it's got a very nice sweet spot, great resolution, very lightweight, but very limited outside of the sweet spot directly in the center of your vision, which made it, you literally had to look directly at whatever it is you were trying to manipulate or read, whereas on this I can see everything out the wide field of view. I've got the 35 pixels per inch lenses in, and no, definitely the Pimax Crystal is a great headset. If you're just getting started in VR, I had my Reverb G2 V2 for a year. Completely happy with it. The audio on it is amazing. The Pimax Crystal now comes with an upgraded over-the-ear sound system, which makes it incredible. I don't know that the drivers, the actual speakers themselves, are as good as the ones that were on the HP Reverb, but they are very comparable. But if you're just getting started out, HP Reverb G2, keep an eye on the website. Usually around holidays they will have sales. And maybe it's just U.S. holidays. I don't know about other parts of the world if they show sales based on your region. But yeah, you can usually pick up a brand new headset for a reasonable price. And when I say reasonable, a couple $300, $400. Normally they're $599, I think. So, but the Reverb G2, great if you're just getting started out, I wouldn't mess with the Oculus unless you're playing a lot of other things. But at the same time, if you're playing a lot of other things, they are probably available on the Reverb G2 and Steam. Might not get like Oculus specific games, but VR's coming out fast and furious now, with Apple Vision coming out. I don't know that I can justify $4,000 for a VR headset. This Pimax is an amazing above entry level headset for VR and flight simming. I don't do anything outside of flight simming with the VR, so DCS, Microsoft Flight Simulator, X-Plane, those are what I play in VR. Microsoft Flight Simulator seems to play the best with it. DCS is super nice, flying the F-15 or learning how to fly the F-15 now. So, but Pimax Crystal, that I would suggest that would be your upgrade path. Would be go from the HP Reverb G2 to the Pimax Crystal once you can scale up your headset. I currently run a 3090 Ti. And I'm getting pretty good frame rates. Let me take a look. So getting 38, not horrible. Let me get rid of that for you. So 38 frames per second. My biggest heartache with all this simming is all the third-party add-ons, compatibility, knowing when to start which one. I really do like the all-in-one tablet. I'm not using it here because Charts is integrated into the aircraft already. The only thing I would use that for would be VSR here. I wonder if there's a way for you could probably pull up not only charts but a PDF in here, so you could have the checklist in here. There's all the flight plans. Maybe not. But it would be nice if there was an integrated checklist for the longitude in the aircraft itself. Checklists are an incredibly important part about flying, making sure that you're crossing all your T's, dotting all your I's. Such as once I got above my minimums on departure, I should have been able to turn off takeoff go around power. It's a limitation of this aircraft, I think. I honestly never flown a Cessna Longitude in real life, but from watching others that have, you hit the takeoff go around, and once you get to a certain altitude, it automatically kicks off the takeoff go around power and resumes your normal auto throttle powers. So, but what do I know? I'm just a simmer having a good time. And we will set our 1600 foot arrival elevation, final approach fix. There we go. And top of descent coming up here in about 15 minutes. So I will take this opportunity. What? 2117. Well, let's go in and look at the charts. Let's look at our arrival. So we're still an hour out from landing. So that'll be a 45-minute approach. Let's see if we can find let's see. Get rid of that manual sequence. Chins 5. Righty, they want us. We're landing runway 14. Auburn, they have us at 12,000, okay. And we'll be landing to the south, yeah, south and east. Cross and maintain 12,000, all right, I guess that's about right. So, saying that, we got 12 minutes. I'm going to take a quick pause, then we'll be back for our descent and approach into Boeing Field. All right, everybody, we are on our descent down into Seattle area. Let's see if we can move our little map here. See, I don't think we are on our approach yet. Our initial point, Yakima on the descent, so we are still a ways out from that. Let's see, about 10 minutes away from that. But we have started descending down from flight level 430. Oh, look at that. That's some awesome pollution down there. But we are on our way down to 16,000 feet. Flight level 160. What in the world is going on here? Alright. So, descent is going as planned. Maybe there's a temperature inversion down there. There we are, just coming in on our chart. Let's see. We'll let the aircraft fly this approach and see how it intercepts the procedure turn. I do believe we have a hold. That would be the procedure turn at ISO G is OG. Sorry, I had to check on my first officer. Sounded like she was eating something she shouldn't. But she's not. She's good. And you'll see now that we're below flight level 380, we've lost our bank angle limitation, so Portland Tower's online. Let's see how this airplane automates. So we are coming up on Yakima. Should see George Washington over on the right. Man, we can do our landing performance now. So they're at 22 feet, so our pressurization should be good. 18 feet landing elevation. Let's get our METAR. 195. Good for landing 1-4 right. Temperature's looking good. Landing data, we'll accept that. 127 for approach speed. Now if we go back into our flight plan, look at our final approach fix, should be 127. Right on the dot. About a half hour away from landing. Snoqualmie Mountain Range in front of us. The Yakima River. That should be the George River. And the gorge is right up there. Quick right turn coming up here. Excuse me. So let's see how this aircraft takes this arrival and approach. Ten minutes out from the bottom of our descent. Be about 16,000 feet at ready. And 15,000 feet by Auburn or Hump. It's interesting when you fly on VATSIM how much more you are involved in actually flying the aircraft. I mean, we're flying on VATSIM today. No controllers in our area. A couple little airplanes. I don't know that anybody's going where we're going. Tampa. Little fella's going to Gig Harbor. But like what I was saying, when you actually have controllers online, they're giving you descent instructions, approach clearances, and vectors. A flight like this, we would probably get vectors around staying east of our approach course, and then a little couple left base to final, and we would be all set. Flying off or on VATSIM with no controllers, I'm just letting the airplane fly the approach. It's kind of anticlimactic. Kind of quiet, no one talking to, but it's kind of nice to just sort of let the aircraft explore what the aircraft can do and what it will do with the autopilot. Notice if there's any bugs or weird things that happen. Coming below 18,000 feet. Switching off standard baro. 3006 in the area. Let's see if that's what our... We want to go back. Landing data. Weather. 3006, yep, we are good to go. So when we get down to about 10,000 feet, we'll turn on our taxi and landing lights, if I remember. Fun part about not having a checklist, but yeah, we'll see what the aircraft does with this approach, how it enters, see if it does a hold. We'll plan on landing runway 14 right via the ILS, so we'll be able to hit the approach button there. No back course. And we'll see how she does. Should automatically slow up for us down to about 127 knots. 126 now. Let's see, what's the landing data say? <clears throat> 126, so we can put that into our flight plan. Coming into sea level air, 3006, still a little bit higher pressure, but we have a lot more air, so should be a little more responsive. Motors, turn, feel a little snappier. But we're letting the autopilot take it. We'll see how we do. Auburn at 12,000 should be our next after this. So we are just coming below 15,000 feet as instructed. Guess what? There you go. Now we got a hard altitude 12K. Aircraft's doing all right, managing the energy. $14,000 feet should probably slow. doing all right. Decelerating. Believe we're supposed to be at 250 here at Auburn. So coming up on Auburn. About 90 seconds away. Slowing down pretty good. And at this point, we're below 250 knots, so we can hit our gear and our flaps. We don't need to just yet. So we're flying along pretty nicely. Get rid of that. Nice little cloud deck here. This is going to be nice. It's our outside air temperature. -9 degrees. -3. I don't know if we need any heat, but... I guess we can go in here. Let's go here, here. Weather, show METAR. Nope, scattered, overcast, 3000. Nothing significant, so. We are currently inbound to Seattle. VR. Seconds. We are actually going to heading select. Because if you look at the flight plan, it has us going there and there real fast. So, in order to give us a little time to set up, rather than turning right around right here over the airport, we'll fly out on this heading for a minute. Then we will re-engage the autopilot. We are cleared down to 2,200 feet at ISO-G. And let's go ahead and re-engage nav, because it looks like it has our procedure turn there. Two minutes. Korean 1254 Heavy 5x5. we can go direct ISO. No, we'll give it another minute or so. Alright, getting into the thick of it. And Seattle traffic, Shadow 69 joining the ILS for runway 14 right, Boeing Field, Seattle. Alright, now we can activate the direct. Oh no, there we go. There we go. Now we're good. Alright, so making this turn, I am one thing of flaps. We are slow enough. That was interesting. It kept me flying on heading until I disconnected the heading. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Unless I'm just forgetting. Alright, so we are North Seattle here. Over West Seattle, actually. These are fun. I love going through. I love visibility. Oh, I forgot to turn all these on when we went below 10. There you go. Checklist, checklist. Folks, go ahead and have a seat. There's all Seattle right in front of us. Looks like we are picking up the ILS, Nav1, IBFI 110.9. Oh, and yeah, I'll keep the fires burning in the motor. So there's Seattle. Now where are you taking me, little fella? Yeah, looks like we have joined the ILS. Oh, no, that's not Seattle yet. Haha. I guess we're joining the hold. A little bit of rain. Down to 2,200 feet. Let's add some wing anti-ice. So we'll do one turn around, then we'll do the approach. Not a bad little rainstorm. I kind of like it. So we will turn around. We're on a 1 minute hold. So once we make the right turn, I will go ahead and execute or exit the hold. We will continue our approach. Seattle traffic, Shadow 69, joining the ILS final, runway 14 right, Boeing Field, Seattle. Get established again, then I'll exit. Alright, and there we go. Power's coming back. 2 things of flaps. Gear down. We are 12 miles out. Slowing to 127. Interesting. Hopefully we're able to see the airfield. This approach altitude is 308 feet. And if we go over here, we go to our approach. Our missed approach altitude is 1,500 feet. All right, let's see. There's Seattle. we go. Nah, I got the airfield in sight. Let's see. There it is. Alright. Glide slope's coming down. Do you have the localizer captured? Once it gets within 1 bar, I'll hit the approach button. We are within 1, looking to capture that. There's SeaTac over on the right, Boeing Field straight ahead. There's the Space Needle. And we can go as soon as we get the localizer glide slope captured. Hello. Alright, autopilot disengage. Auto throttle disengage. Full flaps. Bit of a crosswind from the right there. Hand flying now. A little choppy down here. Sorry, I lost my speeds there for a second. Flaps full, gear down, 3 green, we are set. Getting bounced around pretty good. Ah, look! A little hot. We are good. There we go. Level it out a little bit. Continue. Plan to exit to the right. Not a terrible landing. Remember, right? Oh, that's no fun. You would think they would have the museum here. Let's go here. All right, folks, thanks for joining me. It's going to wrap up the flight for today. I think the museum's actually down on this end, but we'll go this way. Find a little parking spot for our airplane. Shut her down. But yeah, if you like this sort of thing, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. Join me on my other flights. I do fly the 737 quite a lot, and this little Longitude just screams along pretty good. I'm gonna go park right. Oh, look at that. What's it? What's this one? I'm not sure. We'll park right up here. There we go. We'll park up on this line next to the gas pumps. All right, folks, thanks for joining me. Hope you had a good flight. I know mine was fun. But yeah, quick little flight up to Seattle. Landed at Boeing Field. Gonna go over to the museum. Maybe get a ride. Maybe walk over there. We'll see what we can do. Look at Boeing 747-001. Love that airplane. But as for now, that does it for us. Hope you had a good flight. Thank you.